I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Cela medium outdoor lantern. You can also use this inside. I think this would be great in a stairway, lots of other applications. Let's get into the size of the fixture itself, and this is the 362021, just so you know. So this is 14.1 inches high, and it's 6.2 inches by 6.2 inches square. Coming in at 4.6 pounds, so it's super light. This is going to be shipping with 1 foot of chain. That's what Hubbardton Forge does for outdoor lighting. If you need to use this in a situation where you need more chain, tell me if it's going to be for outdoor or if it's going to be indoor, because you can use different chain for that. It's going to be shipping with 60 inches of wire, so you don't have to worry about that part of it. Okay, canopy up in the ceiling is 5.3 inches. It's going to go over your 4-inch junction box, and it is square, just so you know. And let's talk about glass really quick. You're going to have two different options of glass that are going to be available for this in that pull-down menu. One is going to be Hubbardton Forge's Opal glass, which is an opaque glass. It's a white opaque. I'll talk more about it later in the video. You won't be able to see the bulb. So with opaque glass, it's going to hide the bulb, so it doesn't matter how pretty or, well, actually pretty or not pretty the bulbs are going to be. It's really up to you. When you get into the other glass option, that's going to be clear, and clear is just exactly what it sounds like. So you're going to be able to see right through that, and that's where you kind of want to start thinking about the kind of bulbs you are going to put in this. Not pretty versus pretty, so just thinking about that. So as far as the bulbs go, it's going to be using a medium base socket like this, and that's just a regular screw-in socket. Okay, E26, very easy. You can go up to 100 watts max if you're going to be using an incandescent bulb in this, and that's going to be for something like this. And A19 is the recommended bulb size, but the glass is a good size on this, so you could probably play around a little bit and try different bulbs. This is a A20 versus our A19. This is an A19 too. There you go. So you notice the size difference. But, you know, I picked these up in my local Ace Hardware in Vermont. So if I get them here, you can get them anywhere. And you can play around with LEDs all you want, because there's no limit to the LED other than the size physically getting into the glass. So just kind of remember that. There's also other ones that are kind of cool. There are the T6s, T10s, T8s, and those are kind of like shaped like a hot dog. Maybe something to go with that. And those come in clear, and they also come in like an opaque frosted glass. So again, you can find these at your hardware store. A lot of those bulbs are used in exit signs, so they're pretty much everywhere you are out there. Okay, let's hop into as far as LEDs go. When I talk about the color coming out of these LEDs, really important to zero in on what you guys are looking for. If you want a yellow orangey look, that's going to be 2700 Kelvin, like the setting sun. That's the kind of light that would be coming out of a halogen bulb dimmed down a bit. And, you know, in certain situations, you might want to have that. Let's say you're going to be putting these on like a porch, maybe a screened-in porch, and you're going to be hanging out there with your family. And by that token, there's also sconces that go with this that would be fabulous out in a situation like that. You can put this on a dimmer, so you can dim these down to make them look like candlelight. That would be really nice. But if you're not going to be in that situation and you really need to blast light out of these, you can find these bulbs, this A19. I found this up to 100 watt equivalent from Westinghouse, and I found it at a Walmart in Vermont. So again, if I can find it here, you can find it there. Anyway, so the color of light, we're starting off at 2700 Kelvin. That's the super yellow one. The other one they're going to be offering you is going to be called daylight, which sounds super warm. It's not super warm. That's like a hospital waiting room light or an overcast day. That's that blue-white light that people kind of associate with LEDs, and that's why they usually say, I don't like LEDs, but they just don't like the right LEDs. So that's going to be 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 Kelvin on the Kelvin scale. Keep an eye out for that. What we like to use in our showroom is going to be right in the middle of all that, and that's going to be called warm white, and that's 3,000 Kelvin. That is the light that's coming down on my hands right now. These LEDs above me are 3,000 Kelvin warm white light bulbs. So that kind of takes care of most of that stuff. You know, another thing I want to show you is the installations instructions really quick, because you can see some of the details you might have questions about there rather than seeing it in a photograph or in this video. And how we do that is we're going to look way over there on that side. It is going to be a link. It's going to say click here for installations instructions PDF. So open that up for me, and you'll see how to put the glass on. You're going to see what the bulb looks like inside, the socket setup, the canopy, the other side of the canopy, how it's going to go in the J-box, little details like that. So take advantage of that if you can. Like I said, it's a dimmable fixture. If you want to go incandescent, you just put it on a regular dimmer. If you want to go LED, which is, again, most of you are going to do, you just use a dimmer set up for LEDs, and they're easy to get. You just make sure you tell your installer that's what you're doing. So I want to touch on Hubbardton Forge's glass for just a second. Hubbardton Forge's opal glass is not just another piece of white glass. This is actually hand-blown glass. All of their glass is hand-blown. And to begin with, it's actually a clear piece of glass to start with. And they come in, they blow a second layer on the inside of white glass. Then they come back and they do a third step where they sandblast the entire outside. So you'll notice when you get these in your hands, they actually have layers of glass on them on the ends. You can see them on these two pieces. And it gives it this really soft, semi-transparent, kind of milky quality. It's a soft, glowing piece. Really, really pretty. You know, they're really obsessed about details at Hubbardton Forge, and a lot of people don't. I don't think they appreciate it out in the world, but you appreciate it because that's why you guys are here watching this video. There you go. Let's talk about something else. Same kind of idea. They only use aircraft-grade aluminum to make all of their outdoor lighting, and the reason they do that is because aluminum holds up better than any other material in harsh, extreme weather. When you go out and you're out in the world, look up and you'll see those jet airlines flying up there way above your head. They're all made out of aluminum for a reason, because it holds up beautifully, it welds beautifully, it doesn't rust, it's very light, and it's just the best material to use outside. So on top of that, they have developed these outdoor baked epoxy powder coats that can go over this and make them pretty much indestructible, and we're going to talk about that right now. So how they do this, you'll notice in the picture next to me, there's a picture of a woman, and she's actually shooting powdered finish at the fixture. And they take the fixture, let's say this is the fixture to begin with, okay? They wire it up with a wire here, a wire coming down. They run a small amount of electricity through it to make it positive. And what that does, it makes it attract everything around it. So when she's over there spraying little bits of powdered finish, what it's going to do, it's going to go over the entire fixture. It's going to get into every nook, every cranny, top, bottom, sides, the whole thing. They're going to take that fixture, they're going to put it into an oven. That's going to melt that down and make it into a hard epoxy shell. And it makes it, incredibly strong. Because they do this, and these things have been tested in these wind chambers where they have shot, salty seawater at them, basically, because that's what's going to happen on a beach, right? Where a lot of these things are going to end up. They had to really do that to make sure that they're going to hold up for you. And because they have done that, they offer the best warranty for the entire lighting industry. And you can see that over on the left-hand side of your screen. Limited lifetime warranty for residential use, and check it out, and it'll really make you feel better about their products. Okay. Moving on from there, why don't we talk about our showroom in Vermont. We have over 350 Hubbardton Forge fixtures spread across 2 floors. We actually have a What's on Display page on our website. It's over in the red tabs over on the left-hand side of your screen, so you can open up that and check it out. Showroom has also a clearance center. So clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's an amazing deal for you. It's returns, discontinued things, and showroom samples. If you guys are going to come visit us, do me a favor, bring a big SUV, if you can, if you have one, only because the boxes are set up for shipping. Measure everything you can think of. So measure with a measuring tape, measure your ceilings, measure counters, tables, distances between junction boxes and things like ceilings, because if you're looking, you want to make sure when you're looking at these things that they're going to be able to be used by you for your needs, okay? And then also bring an iPad. If you guys are doing a project and you have a tablet laying around at home, take pictures with that. Take pictures, and you can bring that tablet in, and we can go through all those pictures together and look and see what you guys are doing, and I can help you out on that, okay? So when you buy your Hubbardton Forge fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. No tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont, and we're the only dealer with 90-day returns and no restocking fees. No one else does that. Some larger items, generally big things on pallets, and custom things are going to be non-returnable. We'll always tell you that on the page for it, so just keep your eyes peeled for that. And then on top of all that, we offer a rush program. So in order for you to get all of these different finishes, Hubbardton Forge doesn't stock. It takes generally about 3 to 4 weeks to get product out. We can cut that time in half, and it is super, super inexpensive. A lot of people don't even know about it. If you want to know about it, the best thing to do is just drop me a quick email, sales@HandmadeInVermont.com, and we spell out the word Vermont. You can also call 802-446-2400 during business hours. And so I'm here every day except Sunday, from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time if you guys want to talk to me. And then you can email us 7 days a week at sales@HandmadeInVermont.com, and we spell out the word Vermont. So I think that kind of wraps things up on this. You guys have any questions at all, let me know. Thank you for stopping in today. Take care. Bye-bye.